What's good, Commanders family? Welcome to another episode of Everything Commanders. I am your host, Dream Team Buddha. Today, the Washington Commanders has completed mandatory minicamp day 2. It's in the books. We do have a contract extension today. No, it's not Terry McLaurin, but it is our guy, All-Pro Revo. Also, Noah Brown went down today on the field and the cart had to come out there. Let's just pray that he's okay. But you know when you see the cart, you know how that turns out. Also, we got to see some of the guys out there working hard today, getting better, one play at a time. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to Everything Commanders with your host, Dream Team Buddha. Hail to the Commanders.
What's going on, Commanders family? Yep, you heard right. Today we had a contract extension that took place with our safety, All-Pro Revo. Now, if you recall, a couple of days ago, we spoke on Joe Witt saying that they're going to implement Jeremy Reeves in the defense a little bit more because although he's great on special teams, they see a role that he can play on the defensive side. So they supposedly are going to implement him more into the defense side of the field, and I would love to see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're going to put him in space, but they probably put him like down in the box because Jeremy Reeves is very, very aggressive. He's a good safety. He's a smart safety. He's a veteran, and I'm glad that we signed him up for another year. Now we just got to get Terry McLaurin deal done, and I'll feel all better. Congratulations to Jeremy Reeves. You're a Commander lifer. You're a lifer over here. We love you, and we great that you got that contract extension. All right. So today was one of those days where as though you had excitement and you had some disappointment, and the disappointment came from Noah Brown. Noah Brown went down in 7-on-7 drills, and from what I'm hearing, it did not look good. And once he went down, he immediately threw his helmet. And 9 times out of 10, when you see a player throw a helmet, it hurts really, really bad. And what does this mean for the Commanders? It means, man, first of all, let's just pray for him. Let's just pray for him because I don't want to write him off just yet. But 9 times out of 10, when you see that cart come out there on that field for whatever player it is, it normally isn't a good thing. Hopefully it's just like a sprain and something that may keep him out until training camp or closer to the season, whatever the case may be. I just pray that we don't lose him for the entirety of the season, or at least the first half of the season. I hope we don't lose him that long either. We're going to need Noah Brown. He's one of our biggest receivers, if not the biggest wide receiver we have on our roster. I'm not talking about Michael Sortson, whatever his name is. He ain't going to ever see the roster, the 53 man for real. But anyway, so prayers up to Noah Brown, and we hope that he can get well. And it's something that's minor and something that's not, major. So anyway, let's keep this train moving. Today, we heard from a few players. We were able to hear from Bobby Wagner. We heard from Marshon Lattimore. It was like I said, it was a lot going on out there today. Bobby Wagner, he's just the veteran. He was speaking on, year 2 in the system or whatever the case may be. And, unfinished business and stuff like that. So he's hungry and determined to, finish where they left off last year. And it's good to see Bobby Wagner, the leader, back at practice. Because yesterday, if you recall, he wasn't at practice yesterday, but it was an excused absence, and to see him back in the building today just lets you know everything you need to know. So it was good seeing him here at practice today. And Marshon Lattimore he was able to speak to the media today, y'all. And I kind of been waiting to hear what he had to say. And he spoke on his game, the way he played last year. and he pretty much was speaking on the fact of, his injury and whatnot, and what it did for his gameplay last year, and him pretty much playing tense, and he wasn't playing loose and free, and now that he's fully healthy, he feel like he got that burst, this, that, and the fourth. So I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of what he said in his interview right here.
Just getting a full off season to get healthy. I feel great. I've been working a lot, trying to keep being in shape. Getting in better shape than I was obviously last year. Dealing with an injury, so I feel good.
What type of difference do you just notice, the nuances of just being out there? Anything specific that you really can feel difference compared to last year?
Just the burst. Just getting out my breaks and all that. And I was dealing with hamstring. That take a lot out of you. And it take a long time to heal. And I was just trying to battle through that. But now, since I got a full, off season, I just feel great. I feel explosive and all that. So.
Marshon, did you ever feel like yourself even when you were playing last year?
Not really. I feel a little timid. Just not like physically, not mentally like timid. But I could tell in my game when I watch film, I could tell how I'm stepping. I look timid. In my game. And now, just being out there for these past 2 days, I feel way better.
All right. So as you can see, like he understands that the play that he put on film last year just wasn't acceptable. It was unacceptable, and he understands that. And I think that he's ready to come back this season better than ever. Hopefully he can stay healthy, and hopefully the whole roster can stay healthy. Hopefully the Noah Brown injury is something minor, and the injury bug does not come to Ashburn this off season. We need to stay as healthy as possible. Last year we were fairly healthy, and hopefully this year we can be fairly healthy as well. So y'all make sure y'all say a prayer or two for this team. I pray for this team all the time. Lord Jesus, please keep them healthy. Lord Jesus, please, if you can. So say a prayer or two for the Commanders. But anyway, Marshon Lattimore, as you can see, he ready, man. He ready. I know it's early, and he spoke on, being able to be here for the full off season and whatnot. And now around this time, he should be well acquainted with the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like last year, you come in from another team. It's pretty hard to come from another team and be yourself. On a new team, especially when you're injured. And I'm not making excuses for him. I said I'm no longer making any excuses for him. So that's not what this is. But I'm just speaking facts and reality. And when you have a soft tissue injury like a hamstring injury at cornerback, come on, man. You need to be full strength, fully healthy to go up against A.J. Brown and Mike Evans and so forth and so on. So hopefully he show up and show out this year. That's the only thing we could bank on. Now, there was a few guys today that missed practice, and it was just a normal a planned veteran day to rest. As Nikki Jabala has said, today is a planned veteran rest day for Laremy Tunsil, Deron Payne, and Zach Ertz. So there was no Tunsil, there was no Payne, and there was no Ertz at practice today. But that's okay. Like they said, it's a planned rest day. No worries, no alarm. I know Laremy Tunsil was there yesterday, and we already know Deron Payne and Zach Ertz been there. But I know some people probably think, well, Laremy Tunsil ain't there today, but he was just there yesterday, so that's not good. But yeah. Also, we heard from Ben Center today. Ben Center is looking for an opportunity, man. I think this year he's going to try to seize the moment and seize the opportunity and make the best of it. Last year he only had 5 catches for less than 30 yards, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully he can contribute to the offense and be a weapon for Jaden Daniels outside of Zach Ertz, because Zach Ertz is on the ladder when it comes to the age. We already know this is probably his last year in the NFL. So we looking forward to Ben Sinnott stepping up this year, man. Also, they had all the coaches out there. today, the local coaches, not the Commanders coaches. I'm talking about high school coaches out there in participation at the practice. I guess they were out there just getting that experience. I guess they can take some notes and, you know, take some pointers back to their schools and teach their kids the way the Commanders are being taught. Who knows? Like Fred said, later on down the line, the next 5 to 6 years, or 4 to 5 years, it may be a couple of those guys from those schools that may become a Commander, that may be drafted by the Commander, or maybe an undrafted free agent that come to the Commanders. Who knows? It was always a good thing to see the Commanders bringing out local coaches to invite them into our practices and whatnot, because it's a family thing, man. The whole DMV is behind the Commanders, and we want to make sure that the people that's in the community understand that the Commanders are behind them. Also, I forgot to talk about when Bobby was talking. Bobby Wagner announced that he's working with Children's National Hospital to improve stroke awareness to honor his mom. That's dope. And that was per JP Finley. He just pretty much took notes from his interview. But like I said, he's working with Children's National Hospital Center to improve stroke awareness to honor his mom, man. That's dope, man. I'm a mama's boy. And, yeah, man, I can only imagine, man, what it'd be like, to lose my mom or anything. I know we only live once, and I know we all have a final day, but until that day, I'm gonna continue to love on Mom Dukes. I'm a mom's boy. It is what it is. But yeah, man. Like I said, other than that, like I said, he motivated, he hungry, he loves playing in Washington. Like I said, he gonna have a big year this year. Hopefully, he'll have a big year. Your boy Josh Connerly, man, he looked good. I don't know if he will be starting at right tackle. I will hope that he will be starting at right tackle, because today Coach did say that Brandon Coleman will be kicking to the inside to guard. They're going to try him at guard. They will see how that turn out, or whatever the case may be. And that means that you'll have Larry Tunsil and Brandon Coleman possibly start at left guard or right guard. I'm not too sure how they're going to mix that up. But Tyler Biadasz is there. Sam Cosmi, when he get healthy, you'll have those four. And Al Grady is a backup for real. And then Andrew Wiley can play a little bit of guard as well, if somehow Josh Collins Jr. is able to win that starting job at right tackle. So the offensive line should be very stout this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing how those guys mesh well together. And last but not least, I want to talk about Frankie Louvu. Frankie Louvu, each practice is out there, every practice getting that extra work in with our best pass rusher in Commanders history, according to StatWise, Ryan Kerrigan, our sack leader. And I seen him out there today working on that good old spin move that Kerrigan used to use. Listen, it's no better person to work with to better your pass rusher skills than Ryan Kerrigan. And like they said today, I overheard Fred Smoot and Brian Colbert Jr. speak on the plans to use Louvu as more of a pass rusher this year, on top of what he already does as linebacker. Last year, we pretty much blitzed him for the most part up the middle, right up the gap, right up the one or the two gap, whatever K or A or B gap, should I say. Last year, we blitzed him up the middle more, and this year, they plan on using him all over the field, man. I am excited to see how that's going to look, because I think that he can be every bit of a person that can do such thing. Just like Michael Apostle was doing that a few years back for the Dallas Cowboys, just to get him in there and have him on more blitz situations and getting to that quarterback, because we really don't have a dominant pass rusher right now. Hopefully, Frankie Louvu can actually be that dog for us this year and get even better than what he did last year with his 8.5 sacks. Hopefully, he could double that this season. All right? Other than that, y'all, that's all I have y'all for y'all today. We have one more day of practice that will take place tomorrow. So I'll be back here tomorrow with news and notes on what takes place tomorrow. If you haven't already, do your boy a favor. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up button, turn the bell notification on so that way I can keep you in the know with everything Commanders, and you can get these type of updates as they come out. I appreciate all the love and support, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. But before I go, y'all know how I do it. Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Let's get it.